boy Java, and today we're here with part 2 in the beginner's guide section where we help out um, early gamers, like from level 1 to like probably level 35, right? Okay, so yesterday we were mentioning that, do your scenario runs, do your giant runs, and the type of runes to get. Alright, now today I'll be telling you about what kind of monsters that is ideal for your dungeon runs and your scenario runs, and overall, right? Because some of these monsters you'll be using way further into the game. Some you might leave after when you hit mid game. Some you'll probably leave when you hit late game, while some you'll be using from early straight to late game, right? So what are some of the monsters that you need to have? I highly recommend you have Bernard, that is the wind griffin. Spectra is also good. Spectra is a fire griffin. Those two, Bernard is attack buff, well, not attack buff, speed buff, and increases the attack bar, mainly the attack bar, so that's why he's really good. Endgame players will sometimes use Bernard in RTA as well, right? Spectra does the opposite. Spectra decreases attack bar, not for you but for the enemy, right? So some folks use both. I remember you going into RTA against this Korean guy. Of course I lost because it's freaking Korea, right? What this guy used was a manipulation team, an attack bar manipulation team. He used a darn Spectra and a Bernard, and best believe I was stronger than him, but he won mainly because he was manipulating the attack bar. So he won because of that. The game went straight into late game. I lost the attack power and he just won. Yeah, people do that kind of madness, right? But having Bernard is really good for your dungeon runs because he increases the attack bar, and not only that, he also breaks defense and attack bar, attack power, I mean. Megan is also good. Megan is the water mystic witch that I'm using currently in my dungeon run. She's also good for attack bar, increasing attack bar. She also increases what's this? Nah, that's it. She also increases attack power and defense, right? That's really good when you have some squishy monsters and you want to keep them alive because they do so much damage, like Malushan for instance. Yeah, that's a good monster to have, right? Other monsters would include Darian, which is a light vagabond. He's really good. His kit is really good, easy to rune as well. You can just rune him guard, energy, HP, defense, or HP, defense, whatever, Belladian, which is the light Inugami. Bella is critical, is really critical, right? Because Bella, like Bernard and like Megan, the third skill increases attack bar, but it also heals by 30%. The first skill breaks defense, and the second skill confiscates everything, all that buffs on the enemy. It doesn't put it on you, but it just seizes them. That's why it's called seize, right? Which is really good because you're going to need it against the giants, like when they get their defense boosts or attack buffs, whatever. You want to get rid of that from fast as possible before it just wipes the team clean, right? Of course, you're going to need a healer. What kind of healer? Let's see. Oh, before I even go to the healer, you have other good monsters that you can use. You can use Shannon. Shannon is the wind pixie, I believe. Pixie? Call her pixie? Yeah, pixie. That little fairy girl, yeah. Can use Shannon. She buffs attack and defense, and I believe she does attack bar buffs as well, right? She's also good to use in early game, right? What can you use her for? You can use her in your dungeon runs, you can use her in your scenario runs, you can use her in arena offense, arena defense as well, because she's a good support unit, early game support unit. But of course, when you get, when you traverse in the game, you're going to find out that while she is good, she's too squishy, and her stats are hard to maintain at a good standard. So eventually you're going to do away with her. Maybe not, I could be wrong, but yeah, she's a good start to have early game. Alright? So those are the monsters that you want to pay attention to and be mindful of when you're getting. Oh, we don't need this. Be mindful of when you're getting. Now, fusion monsters. There's only a few fusion monsters that I'd say, hey, you need to get, right? Once upon a time, you could just summon them as well instead of fusing them, but, Kamto say, hey, screw that, just fuse for them. Which is fine, the community welcomed it because they were tired of summoning fusion material, right? So, some fusion monsters to look out for and try to fuse. You can fuse Barretta, which is a fire sylph. I'm going to show you Barretta soon. For the fire sylph, he's really good in not really dungeons, but like arena offense, and he's really good for TOA, Trial of Ascension, right? And of course, there is Veromos, the Dark Ifrit. You're going to need Veromos. You are going to need Veromos if you want to progress in the game. If you want to have that transition from early game to mid game, you're going to need Veromos, because Veromos does so much and it makes life so much easier for you guys when you're doing your dungeon runs, right? Because his passive alone cleanses one debuff from everyone and uses that to heal himself by 3% for each debuffs that he cleanses. And of course, if it doesn't cleanse stun or ice or sea, which is fair, right? So what he just did a while ago, that's the beauty of it all, right? What's a room Veromos? Early game, swift energy. You want to put him on HP, speed HP, because that's what his skills demand. His second skill does damage based off his max HP, and his first skill does damage based off his speed, right? But for substats, you want to put on some more HP, some speed. You want to put on some accuracy on him, because you want those dots to hit, you want those stuns to happen, right? So those are the kind of things that I'd suggest, the rune set that I suggest you put on him. Sigmarus is good. That was my Water Phoenix that just got destroyed, right? He's a good dungeon monster as well, because his dungeon leader skill increases your HP by 44%. Now that's really good, right? That's really, really good. Of course, you're going to need, she's no good by herself, right? Okay. So this is your fusion. So for now I recommend it. Verde. You guys can now fuse for Verde Heal. I totally forgot about that. The Fire Vampire is really good because of his passive. It's with every critical hit, he increases the attack bar of your T, right? So you're gonna want to put crit rate on him. Like there's a slot 4 rune that says crit rate. Put that on him, right? So you're going to want to make him fast. So I'd say what? Verde Heal is flexible depending on what you want. So I'd say what? Swift. Okay, so you have, for Verde, you have like Swift, Energy, there's usually you can go with Fatal Blade. I suggest Fatal Blade, to be honest. There's Swift Blade, there's Swift Blade, you can go with Swift Blade. So I have those two, to be honest. This is the Phoenix, this is Veromos. Panda Warrior, I don't think you should be getting Panda Warrior anytime soon because you're not going to really use him. Jean is like RT material only. This right here is Barreto. Barreto is good for some of your dungeon runs, some off because it's not really a dungeon monster, but his kit is good. Some off you can, and for Trial of Ascension when you get to that stage. Alright? So that covers it for the what monsters to get. I'll show you I'll give you an idea how to room your Megan. You want a Megan to be fast, right? And you can 6-star your Megan, you can keep it at 5-star, but I do recommend that you at least put Megan to 5-star, right? This is the room set that I put my Megan on Swift Focus because you want the dots to hit, you want this to happen, right? So I put my Megan on HP, speed, and HP, speed, HP. Right? The rooms aren't so wonderful, but she gets the job done because the idea is to make her go first. Right? So she gets the job done. Let's see, where is it? This is Darian. Darian is a solid monster to have, within our arena defense, arena offense, whatever. He's a good all-around unit. So his attacks are done based off his max HP. So of course you're going to want to put him on energy. You can use energy guard. Mine is energy guard because I want him to have as much HP as possible, but I also want him to have a lot of defense. Right? So there's HP, defense. Some people that's usually what they put, but their substats would have some speed in it, some accuracy in it, stuff like that to make him really, really tanky and fast. Bella, solid monster to have as well in your, early game journey. Mine is Violent Endure, but I suggest for you guys, you can put Bella on Swift. You have Swift Energy, Swift Blade, stuff like that. Some will put her on Fatal Blade, but I more suggest Swift because you want her to be fast enough to heal your team and not watch them die. Right? Now, what other monster to have? It depends on what you summon, right? But those are key monsters that I suggest you should have. You can also have Colleen. Colleen is a good monster to have. Unfortunately, mine isn't ruined, but she's a good monster to have because of her skill sets. Right? She does decrease attack power, prevents HP recovery, heals and increase attack power. Right? So those are some monsters to bear in mind. That's Marina. Okay. Next up is Arena. Now, for you guys, the Arena would be easy to slightly challenging base because you're dealing with players within your level, like level 13, level 20, so on and so forth. So what usually dictates the winner in Arena defense at your stage would be the kind of monster that they have. So you see some guys with a Nat 5 Mola. That's more than likely not awakened, but it's a Mola. Are you going to beat that, So that usually dictates how you win, how you don't win. But usually for your arena defense, what you normally do is put your best monsters in. Have a solid team. So you want to put your nuker, your support, your healer, and whatever else you can throw into the mix, right? And you just go ahead and do your best, and try to get as much glory points as possible because you want the glory points to buy Devilmon so you can ruin your Nat 5, and to an extent a 4-star that's needed, like a Galleon, a Chasun, a Lucian, stuff like that. You can use the Devilmons on those guys, but you want to focus more on strengthening your monster instead of just wasting your glory more than glory points and crystal scrolls that chances are you won't get a nat 5 anyways because come to us, right? So you'll want to do stuff like that. And that's what arena is for. So don't be discouraged even if you lost, because you'll still get glory points even if you lost, right? Which will happen because that's just how it is, right? Do that, but don't do RTA. Do not do World Arena because that's where the big boys play. And you don't want to play with the big boys at your level. So that's about it for now. Let me just wrap this up.